today I would like to talk about a kind of the tips before you come to Japan, because Japan and the Western country has a kind of the differences in communication. So I'd like to talk about the kind of the communication gap today. Before that, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ryo Osera, and I'm kind of in like marketing industry for like almost 20 years, and my like kind of strange background was on the second line. Like 3 years working for the Prime Minister's office in Japan as a social director. So I shoot the video and I took the photo for the Trump and the Putin and Xi Jinping and or all of the president and prime minister in the world. So then actually my prime minister took me anywhere, like even on the government flight, like Air Force One or anywhere in the presidential palace, so that I had to be the remote worker. Even on the corridor in the presidential palace, I just edited my movie. This is my beginning, experience to be the digital nomad. Now that I'm just doing the co-founder, Koribu Fukuoka, or teaching to the university students in tourism or something like this, etc., etc. And the other background information about myself is the place where I was born. I was born in Nagasaki. Maybe someone knows about this city, even though this is not a really, really big city, because that city had the big atomic bomb. Then my grandmother on the left side, she was a survivor from the bomb at the moment. She was 12 years old, and she somehow could survive from the bomb, and she could have the family, and she could have me. So, my ultimate life goal is how can I contribute to the world peace? What can I do that as the survivor family from the bomb, I should do something to the world. So that in my teenagers, I was looking for some the job opportunity in the United Nations, because at the moment I believe that the United Nations could do something for the world, but somehow, as you know now, it's still something happening in wrong way. So I'm still chasing where is the best way, what's the best way. Then since I started to be a remote worker, then I started to get involved in the digital nomads community. Wow, digital nomads community is amazing. Even no matter where you're coming from, you can live together, work together in a co-working space or co-living spaces, and people share the value, people share the knowledge. This is wow, this is what I want, what I'm looking for. Then I started to get in the community. Then me and there's another co-founder, Akina. We started the Koribu Fukuoka, because we want to bring the kind of this amazing vibes to Japan. So Koribu Fukuoka is kind of like Bansko Nomad Fest, but in Japan. We put a bit of the matcha flavors and some ramens and ikigai concept. So when you come to Fukuoka, you're going to have the amazing experiences in Japan. Also, you're going to learn something, the differences from your background as well. So please catch up, and we have the booth in the park, so if you're interested, please come and talk to us. So Koribu Fukuoka is going to be the third year this year. Then we have many of the communication between the nomads and the Japanese people. And the last year, or even from 2 years ago, we enjoyed the karaoke night. People love karaoke, right? Everybody asks me, today we're gonna go to the karaoke? This is absolutely different experience from the other countries. So when you come to Japan, please enjoy the karaoke, of course. But in the karaoke, of course, I love singing songs in karaoke. So I've been in karaoke for maybe 20 years since I was born, Then in Japan, if you go to karaoke together in groups, we have the packages, like 2 hours packages, all you can drink, all you can sing. You don't have to pay extra. But once we had the nomad people, we had a bit of the problem in communication. Some people had to leave earlier, like in 1 hour. Then they could have just one drink, they could have just one sing. Some people actually couldn't sing a song because we have too many people. Then some people asked us, can we have the refund, right? Because it's reasonable, we just have just one drink, 1 hour. Why don't we have to pay for the 2 hours packages? Oh, This is the first experience. We never had the kind of the question with the Japanese people. We came to karaoke and the people are asking me to refund. Wow, because we already paid for the 2 hours packages, right? Then, wow, okay, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna refund because they have a big request. Then from my wallet, I pay back to these people. It's okay because we don't want to say no. You know, so Japanese people really, really hated to say no. I mean, we can't. If people ask me, oh, okay, we're gonna do something. let me tell you the other sample, like in general. Okay, this is a first sample. If you're gonna ask me, like you're gonna have the party, then you're gonna ask us, you wanna come tonight? Then okay, I'm a bit tired today, but I don't want to say no. Then I'm going to say, well, keep in mind, even without saying I, I don't want to say even I, just will keep in mind in Japanese. Then you're gonna imagine like, okay, so you're gonna come, right? So it means, try to say no in a polite way. This is what I'm saying. And when you take the exam, and me, as a school side, gonna say, oh, you fail. We actually say cherry blossom falls. If you pass the exam, we say your cherry is blossom. Even when you make it happen to date with someone, we also say, my cherry is blossom. Means I got a new girlfriend. Something like this. So no, even the school don't want to say no, you cannot get in the school, but we say cherry blossom is forced. When you have a home party again, and you also, as a host, gonna be a bit tired, you really want your friends to go home now, but you don't want to say, no, you cannot stay anymore, but we're gonna say, oh, you have a great watch. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So that you're gonna see your time. That means, oh, it's time to go home now. But we don't really want to say, you cannot stay here anymore. This is what I do. Maybe some people know this kind of the accident. So now many tourists come to Osaka because for the expo. They are not coming only for the expo, that they coming to, find some fun. When they open the Tinder, you're gonna see these kind of the faces. It's actually coming from Google, so that I think it's safe still. Because there's no Facebook here, even in Tinder. And many of the guys from foreign countries are so upset. Why they don't even show their faces? How can I choose them, from them? Then some people say like, am I watching Uber Eats? Because there are many food photos in the Tinder. Then can you imagine why they don't want to show their face pic? Because they are afraid of your no more than your yes. They don't want to get any no. And maybe you have to bet, okay, she may be good one, she may be cute one, so you're gonna start talking, and you see if you're correct or not. So this is what's happening in Japanese communication. You're absolutely lost in translations, right? I think you also have kind of the same experience if you've been to Japan before. So I'm going to tell you just the tips why Japanese would avoid to say no. I don't think someone knows about him apart from Japanese, but 100% of Japanese people knows about him, right? But nobody knows. So he's actually coming from 1400 years ago in Japan. And we don't even know if he really exists or not. He is the guy who created the first constitution in Japan. So we could say he's kind of Jesus Christ in Japan, like in the Buddhism way. Then his constitution was kind of the base of our mindset, like from 1400 years ago. And the constitution on the first, like Article 1, says, no matter how, harmony is to be valued above everything. People may hold different views, but if leaders act with people and the people show mutual respect, then truth will naturally emerge through calm discussion. So we say in Japanese, harmony in Japanese is wa, wa. Wa means like this, wa, like harmony. We can imagine like circle. Maybe some of the Japanese, some of the people also know this word because you can see anyway, like in all of the like a city, you can see lots of words with this wa. From the right side, so in terms of the meaning of wa, of course, it's a harmony in music, waon. Reconciliation, like wakai, that's like like a harmony in negotiation. Chowa, balance in like chemical way. Actually, heiwa, the peace, in the community. And blending, maybe like coffee and something, blending. It's wa, right? Harmony in some way. But it means also Japanese. Japanese cuisine, washoku. Japanese clothing like this, wafuku. Japanese poetry, waka. So it's literally what means not only just harmony, but it's exactly meanings of the Japanese. Harmony doesn't make any winner or loser. Harmony doesn't make any left on right, left on right, true or false, black and white. In our mindset, we always take care of the harmony. Try not to make any of the losers, any of the faults, any of the bad things. This is our mindset. So there's another case when we had our conference in Japan, like a Bansko Nomad Fest. We tried to make a lot of panel discussion other than the personal speakers like now. Because we thought the panel discussion creates a harmony with many of the ideas. But actually the global speakers, a bit of the claims to us, why are you guys making so many panel discussion? It's kind of boring. You should be having more personal speakers to be, standing up. Oh, okay, this is again. Welcome to Japan. Okay, we should. Then this year we learned a lot, so we're gonna have a lot of the personal speaker sessions. So if you're interested, you can also apply for us. Plus, we don't really like to have the portrait. So I actually got one, but a bit shame, Then you see now lots of Japanese people love to take a photo with the groups. Yeah, right? Why Japanese people always making big groups and they're following the same way? This is why, because we love harmony. We think we take care of the harmony, so we don't want to leave anyone else, alone behind you. We try to get everyone, like a rugby, like rugby was always have a scrum and we go together. So we love rugby as well. So this is, the concept of us. Oh, we still have the 10 minutes and I'm going to finish my slides. So Koribu Fukuoka is not just, offering you guys the experience of some of the Japanese experience, but of course that you're gonna feel some of the gap of the communication as well. Then I hope you guys enjoyed, and you guys also can ask us because we have a lot of volunteer who could deal with the English communication as well. Then we also love to know the differences because I never know that the kind of karaoke accident or even the conference. We really would like to know the kind of cultural differences. Then if you come to Japan and if you feel something weird or differences, then I really want to know about that too. So please come to Koribu Fukuoka in October. This is happening from the 1st and 10th, and let's talk something about the cultural gap. I'd like to tell, this kind of harmony communication is so difficult because it's easier to decide who is the winner, who is the loser. It's really easier to describe yourself, I'm left or right, right? It's easier. That's why the world is going to more, people really love to go more simple way so that people really try to make it simple to be divided. And I think, with the Japanese mindset, I think this is what's happening in the world, even in the politics. You are which side are you in position, in the politics? We don't like that. This is what Japanese people think like that. For the peace, like heiwa, so we put the wa in the words of the peace. So harmony creates a peace. which is not really simple, which is not really easy. It's really complicated. Then we call it gray zone. We love it gray zone, not to make it a simple way to divide it. Gray zone, maybe it's like a marble, black, white, and gray, white. There are many colors inside of the same harmony, but this is really complicated. This is really like frustrated sometimes, stressful. But we try to make it more marble, like as much as possible. This is what the Japanese people think. Why you guys always like treat it as like a really more complicated way? Because this is our mindset, and we believe that this is the way of the creation of the piece. So we now see the piece as a grandkid of the survivor of the bomb. I love this kind of marble of the harmony, even in the digital nomadism. Where you're coming from, no matter where you're coming from, we're creating the marble. We try to keep it this marble, which is complicated, which is kind of sometimes stressful, but try to keep it up. This is today's my message. Thank you very much.